everybody, this is Jay. Figure I would record a little video today. As you can see, I am not on my Hawk, not on my XT or any other of our little bikes that we've recently got back on the road. I'm on my 2017 Kawasaki Versys X 300. Just bought this about a week ago, and no, excuse me, 2 weeks ago, and decided that we needed to add a couple adventure bikes to the stable. Bought it from friend Trey up at Virgil Naft's in Lynchburg, Virginia. Had 0 miles on it when I bought it, which was really nice. This is my third brand new bike that I bought, and I really like it. We're also planning on getting Misty a 2018 red model, so we'll have matching Hawks, matching XTs, and matching Versyses. And our Versyses will match our Hawks. Mine's gray. Her Hawk is red. Her 2018 Versys will be red if that's which one she chooses. So you asked Jay, why a Versys 300? It's a small motor, or why would you want something like that? Well, you know the heart wants what it wants, right? But in my research, I've wanted another type of adventure bike. I had a Versys 650, an 09 model, and I liked it okay. It wasn't the best in the world, but it was okay. Pull over here and do a little bit of walk around for you at this little defunct store. I like my 650 all right. It just didn't do anything for me. Oh, here is the 300. Let's see, I got the gray one. It's a good looking little bike. I really like it a lot. I think it's pretty. I just think it's a neat looking machine. The only thing I've added is my dragon stickers and a power socket so far. That's the first of some mods that I want to do. Gotta find out which road I want to go on. There we go. Anyways, so, like I was saying, I had an 09 Versys 650 that I liked all right, and but it just didn't do a whole lot for me. And when these came up for sale, when they really introduced them, I was very intrigued by them because I just like smaller bikes. As y'all can tell, we don't have any huge bikes. I've had them in the past. You know, my Interceptors, and I had an ST 1100 years ago, and you know, and they're fine, but I like a small bike because you can throw them around a lot easier. If I drop it, it's easy to pick up. I can maneuver it around my garage real easy. Man, it's a pain in the butt to move heavy bikes around a garage, especially when you got a small garage like I do, and space is limited, so you know, it's easy to, this is a lot easier to push around. So I like the small displacement motors, and I looked at this, I looked at the BMW GS that they just released. That's really the only two bikes, and also the CRF 250 Rally Edition, but that's still more dirt oriented than this is. You can take these off-road. I've seen videos already of people doing really good gnarly rocky trails with these, with different, some of them had the stock tires on, and some of them had put more aggressive knobbies on, but you can still do it with that. But the CRF is a little more dirt oriented, where this was a little more street oriented, and it's a Kawasaki. Dealership's close to me if I need anything for it. I like the design better than the BMW, and I like the spoked wheels better. The BMW's got cast wheels, this has spoked. I just think it's a better looking bike. and it was a better fit for me. So that's why I kind of went with this one. I've been looking at the Versys 650s, the used ones, and I could have got a used one a lot, about $1,000 cheaper than this, but you know, me and Misty kind of like to get the same style bikes, the same size, so we have, you know, I'm not leaving her because of the power and all, and we can swap back and forth, you know, and if something goes wrong with one, I've got another one to take parts off of and diagnose. So anyways, there's a lot of good reasons for us both to get one. Plus, she just copies everything I do anyways, right? So I decided to get the Versys. I sold my little 350 Honda CB. I'm selling my 86 Interceptor 500 and my little CB1. She's selling Bumblebee, and we're just liquidating some stuff to get these bikes so we can have more adventure style bikes. We plan on doing some trips and stuff like that, so we figured they'd be a good bike to do that on. And like I said, she went and sat on them, and she really liked them as well, and she's ridden this one. She loves it. She did a glowing review on Facebook, so hope it's going to be a good fit for us. So a little bit more about the bike. It is a 300 motor, parallel twin from the Ninja 300. It's a little high strung, but not too bad. You got something to get used to after the Hawks with the V twins. It's a little thing different to get used to. I just go this way since they're blocking the road off. A little bit different to get used to. As you can see, I'm in 6th gear now at 60 mile an hour, and we're pushing 7,000 RPMs basically, which is, you know, it would seem like it would be really buzzy. It's not. It's pretty comfortable at that. You can see it red lines at 12,000, so I got plenty in reserve. This thing's got a banging little motor. It passes really good, like this right here. You know, no problem. It runs 75, 85 mile an hour all day without any issues. I think the top speed has been, someone did a top speed run. It's about 102, which is plenty. I don't plan on going that fast. We plan on doing very little interstate with these, so it's geared a little high. You can change it with some sprockets, but I'm probably just going to leave it stock. It has dual trip meters plus your regular odometer. It has a clock, gear position indicator, which is really cool, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, all your idiot lights, turn signal lights, nice big tack. Right here we got fuel range, and I can toggle it to my running mile per gallon, so you can see it change with the RPM changes. My average mile per gallon, and this little dude right here is a economy mode indicator. So when I'm in the riding it like I got some sense, that little dude stays on and tells me that I'm in economy mode, getting the best gas mileage, which is pretty nice. So far, I filled this up the other day, and I ran 98 miles so far on this tank, and I've got one click down. So it's, you know, of course, you know how the gauges work. It takes forever to drop that first little bitty indication, and then it goes from there. So I did get 200 miles out of a tank the other day, and I'm sure it'll go up as the engine breaks in. I've only got 260 some miles on it. As of 295 miles as of now. I'm still breaking it in. as you can tell, really gingerly. I believe in ride the bike like you're gonna break the bike in like you're gonna ride it, with the exception of no droning highway for any length of time. They dyno test all the engines at the factory anyway, so you're not gonna blow it up or anything. You want to get the rings nice and seated. You don't want to be lugging it around. They say under 4,000 RPM for the first 500 miles. That'd be dang near impossible on this bike. That's just crazy. But anyhow, it's got all that good, nice dash. It's an ABS model. Flash to pass right here. Got my four-way indicators. All for out the door price that I got this 2017 model for $5,079. Now, I bought it in Virginia, so I have to pay North Carolina tax and tags. So by the factoring in my gas, by the time I got it all done and back home and everything, I didn't save any money from what my buddy was going to give it to me out the door after 5,300 bucks. But I wanted to help this guy out in Virginia, so he needed to sell more than the other dealership, so I threw that my first business to him. We'll just buy our other one at my local dealership. As for the rest of the riding experience on this bike, I have not got any complaints, which is rare for me, because y'all know me. I can whine quite a bit about stuff. I know the stuff that I could whine about, like I wish the windshield was adjustable. It's not going to be adjustable for that price point. I know this. The gearing could be a little better, but hey, just get used to it, right? It handles super. My goodness, it handles good. The main complaint on this bike is the seat. Everybody complains about how hard the seat is. Well, I've been on it for 2.5 hours now, and my butt is pretty dang good shape. It ain't no worse than it would be on a Sergeant or anything else that I've had in the past. I have, the seat is pretty hard, but for me personally, I prefer a more firm seat than a more cushy seat, because the softer ones, they tend to hurt more for me after a while. It does burn a little bit here and there, and I might get a pad to put on it that I can take off and put on at when I need it. But usually I just, like today, I've been just readjusting. I've been fine. So that's the main problem that most people have with this bike. For me, like I said, it's not a big deal, so I'm not going to put that on the negatives list, because I think it's fine. I don't really have much else to say about it other than I just love it. This is one of my favorite bikes so far. Another why we got these bikes. Hopefully y'all might be interested to know that we're planning a New England trip. Hopefully by the end of the summer, late August, early September, if all goes right. We get her bike and we get some luggage. She's got soft bags, I've got hard bags for this. I just got to buy a rack, and so we'll have luggage capacity. I gotta do a few other odds and ends to them, and we, after they're broke in and real good and everything, and we plan on shooting up to Niagara Falls, all back roads, all secondary highways, no major highway interstate travel, because we hate it. It's a means to an end sometimes, but boy, it's miserable. So I've already kind of picked a little bitty path up to Buffalo and to see Niagara Falls, and we'll shoot across New York and Pennsylvania and whatnot to get to over to Maine, and then come down the East Coast. We've always wanted to see the East Coast. We've never been up there, so we're going to bypass New York City. Unless we can stay on the outskirts and take a train in or something, we'll probably, I don't know, we may try to do that, but we'll have some cool content from that. I know we don't post much anymore, but you know, she's kind of burnt out on it, and I said I was going to start doing more, but we went to March Moto Madness and she got some people complimenting her and saying how much they enjoyed the channel, so she decided that she was gonna do a little bit more. So, you know, I don't know, we're just not going to be putting videos out every week or 2 weeks or a month. Just whenever we got something good to show. We can put out content every week or every 2 weeks or something, but it's the same old stuff that we've done, and you know, we want to keep it kind of fresh. So hope y'all have enjoyed my little bike report here, my little review of the Versys 300, Versys X 300 or 300X or whatever it says on the side there. Y'all look for more Versys videos, hopefully. Like I said, I'm going to use mine as a guinea pig to install some stuff on, so when I do how-to videos on hers, I don't have to edit so much like I'm going to have to do this. So just keep an eye out for those, and I appreciate y'all watching, and we will talk to you next time. Y'all have a good day.